Alrighty, what is going on, guys? My name is Skinny Bone Jones, and I am here with the J-Man.
Hello.
We are hot off the heels of WrestleMania 31.
Oh, what a pay-per-view.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh, I feel like I'm speechless, but at the same time, I have so much I have to say about this.
Nah, this pay-per-view was just... I can't explain it.
Like, if you go back and watch, uh, we did a review of WrestleMania 30. If you go back and watch that, I thought WrestleMania 30 was good. I wasn't too excited. They didn't do too great on the build to WrestleMania 31, but then tonight happened, and I think instead of the hashtag Give Divas a chance, I think I'm gonna hashtag Give WWE another chance.
Yep. I mean, obviously the last WrestleMania, I was riled up. I've had some time to think in hindsight. That was pretty good, but this was better. This was... It's made WrestleMania 30 look like a little John Cena kid. Just... Oh my days.
Okay, so without further ado, let's start off with the kickoff show. The 2 hour long. Well, there were two matches on the kickoff show, which was different, but it's a good start to the show. So first we had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. It was for the tag team titles. You had Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, my personal favorites. The Green Day, sorry, New Day, Los Matadores, and Jimmy Uso. Or the Usos, I guess. Not well. Oh, what do you think of that match?
To be honest, that match really surprised me. It was really good. I loved it. I mean, I don't like the idea of that match. I think it should be four people in the ring and
Yeah.
then four people outside the ring. But no, they made it cool. Made this match cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not.
this was the
What?
this was the only good match of the pre-show.
Yeah, that's
To
true.
be honest.
I'm personally not too big a fan of the New Day or Los Matadores, but I don't know. This match just really turned things around for me. This was, in my opinion, one of the better tag team matches that I've seen in the last year.
Same here. Same.
You start off with the guys in the ring, and then Jay gets injured, and so one of the spots I remember is normally you'd see Jimmy and Jay both go over to do their stereo suicide dives, but then since Jay's gone, you have Jimmy and Naomi both going over. Jimmy hitting, I forget who it was, and then Naomi getting Italian the Bull. I thought that was a really cool spot.
Yeah, that all the spots were on point that
Hmm.
match. I'm gonna give them that. And yeah, it was confusing to see who was the legal man, but
Yeah.
it doesn't
No,
matter.
not at all. And then you had Natalia putting El Torito in the sharpshooter. That was a too sweet on its own.
No,
And
that
then gosh, and then the
the
ending was crazy.
the
You had
the
the s-
6-man
yeah,
superplex.
that was wow. It blew everything out of proportion. You got all six guys in the corner, and normally you'd see the three-person suplex where you got two people on the top, and then the third man comes in, but it was double from the same turnbuckle corner. It was crazy, and then who was it? Was it the Uso who hit a splash on
Yeah,
one of the members of the New Day, and then Cesaro tags himself in while Jimmy is in midair. Jimmy doesn't see the tag, but Cesaro throws Jimmy out of the ring, steals the cover, and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd retain the
win.
tag team championships.
Just a quick note though. I Now that I think about it, um, it could have been a little ploy because when Natalia was coming out, that looked too good to be true. It was making you want to buy the network, but then I remembered the second half of it was on the network, so I don't know. But yeah, this one word about the set before we go on to the
Oh,
battle
the
royale.
set. That's
The set was awesome. I loved it.
yeah.
I loved the font as well because it's unique. Like you wouldn't expect that font,
Yeah, it's
but it
modern.
was here.
Modern.
Yeah, modern.
Um,
Just
I'm a big fan of the sets. I don't know, a lot of times I end up looking forward to the set design than the actual matches themselves. Um, if you notice my tweet, I'm a very nitpicky person on set designs, ring aprons, turnbuckle post designs, ring attires, entrance attires. I'm a very nitpicky person when it comes to those types of things. And I thought throughout the show, you had the set looking great. You had the new technological apron that would change, kind of like they have in NXT. And then most of the entrances tonight were on point. The only one I
yeah.
didn't like was Cena's, but yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So if you had to give the tag team match a score out of 10, what would it be?
The tag team match would have to get. We're gonna start off strong with a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with an 8. Moving on to things, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, what a mess this
It,
was.
it really was. None of the storylines matched up. You had Fandango eliminating Adam Rose when it should have been Zack Ryder. You had Big Show eliminating just about everybody. You know, he throws out Ryback, he throws out the New Day. He just
He throws that Hideo
yeah.
Itami.
Oh,
Like
that. Oh.
talking about putting over talent,
Yeah.
putting over the Big Show. Oh God.
Oh wow. It's
Well, we knew he was gonna get eliminated,
yeah.
but by the Big Show of all people.
So if you can't tell by how we've been speaking, the winner, of course, is the image of Andre the Giant in current times,
The
the Big Show.
the ending was pretty weird as well.
Yeah, I thought. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, Miz Mizdow finally turned on Miz. We finally got that redemption that every WWE fan has been waiting for, but he did it too early. I thought.
They should have been the final two.
Yeah, I thought they should have. He should have given that one last hoorah attempt. Okay, swerving the crowd. Basically, am I gonna ditch him? No, let's throw out Big Show, and then you throw out Miz right after that. And Mizdow, he was so over with the crowd, man.
No, I'm still disappointed about Curtis Axel.
Hashtag
Why?
RIP Axelmania. He was the first one out. I thought if I would have done a predictions video, never got the time, but I would have said that Axel would have been in the final 5. I think.
Yeah, but no, they decide everyone has to turn on him.
Yeah,
Instead of the obvious option of everyone turning on the big guy,
literally
the
everyone.
Big Show. But just pick on that Curtis Axel.
Yeah. In terms of a rating, I think I'm gonna give the match a 6.5 or 7 out of 10.
A 5 out of 10. That's being fair. That's being generous.
Too generous. Okay. And then the show starts. It's super bright outside, but that's just the way California is. I could tell you because I'm right here in Southern California, right outside the Los Angeles area. They were just up. If I would have taken a 6-hour drive or a 1-hour flight, I would have been right there at WrestleMania. And it's really bright here in California. It doesn't get dark until it doesn't start getting dark till about 7:30 here.
No, I'm having fun hearing all these California, so sunny, so sunny. It's nighttime, wet. Brilliant life here, isn't it? Brilliant life in London. But yeah, first match. I'm not gonna lie, I got the order wrong. I got it close on the first two. I thought the Orton Rollins match was gonna be first,
Yeah.
and the ladder match was second, but it was the other way around. Which, yeah, it got you hyped for the show.
Yeah, I did.
And
I
that,
thought the Intercontinental title match was a great way to start off the show.
Yeah, the Intercontinental Championship match. I like that. I like that. I don't think it was the best match on the card.
No.
Like there were loads of good matches. That was one of them, but it wasn't the best, unfortunately.
Um, you had three of the top baby faces. You had Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose, and then you had overall out of the seven people of that match, six of those people are gonna go on to great things. I think within the next few years, the three baby faces. Then you got Luke Harper, you got Stardust, and you got Bad News Barrett. All six of those guys are the top mid card talents right now, and they're right on that brink of main eventing.
Don't forget our truth.
Oh, pish posh. R-Truth was thrown in that match. I don't even know why he was in that match. Oh,
Oh,
but
I thought he was gonna win at one
oh,
point.
oh my goodness. Yeah, when he grabbed that small ladder and he started climbing, yeah, he was totally gonna win the Intercontinental Championship.
Hmm.
Hey, but that Stardust ladder, that was pretty neat.
I don't know why they used it because they didn't even end up using it.
Yeah, they just
It
took
was
a
it was
step
just
and
there.
just hit. I forget who was hit with it, but yeah, Bad News Barrett just broke it and took one of the rungs and just started beating people with it. So
There was so much in this match. I've forgotten some of it. I remember Bad News Barrett going on a ball hammer run.
oh yeah,
I remember that.
and
I
then
remember that bit.
there was Bad News Barrett and Stardust huge superplex off the big ladder.
Oh, he sold it like a god.
Oh,
He sold it.
they were both dead.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. And then you have Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler. Everyone thought it was going to happen this year. DB versus DZ. You have those two guys up on there for a good 30 seconds just headbutting each other back and forth and back and forth. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
oh yeah, don't forget. I just remember this now. Luke Harper powerbombing Dean
Oh, that
Ambrose for a ladder.
oh, that was
Jeez.
crazy. Dean Ambrose. Those seven guys in that match know how to sell. Dean Ambrose sold
Mm.
that ladder powerbomb like a boss.
And that was it from him. That
Yeah,
he didn't get back into the match, so that's good selling.
he was done. He was literally flipped in half. It was it was but overall, it was a good match. It removed it got things. I was really bummed after Big Show won. And so I thought it brought things back up for me because we haven't mentioned it yet, but your new Intercontinental Champion is Daniel Bryan. So that's really cool.
Yes. Now he's gonna bring prestige to the title, hopefully.
Yeah, since Brock
Hopefully.
Lesnar is that special attraction, we really need WWE really needs these mid card titles to kind of take the spotlight on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. You know what? We just need a brand split again. We need the World Heavyweight Championship again.
Yeah,
Because that's like the stepping stone to the WWE Championship.
that's true.
And, but it wasn't there. It's not there anymore. We have to live in the future.
But if I were to give that match a rating, I would go with, um, and well, let's see, I'd give it an 8.5. I think.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it was a spot fest, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then the second match was Randy Orton versus
Let's-
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had that swaggy ass attire, I gotta say. That gold, he looks good with that.
Wait, off topic. I just remembered something about the Battle Royale. Um, Kofi Kingston, he didn't get a spot. I thought he would get a spot at WrestleMania, but no spot.
Well, if you consider being going for a Trouble in Paradise and then Big Show just throwing him out of the ring a spot, I think that's about as close as we got with Kofi this year.
All right, I'm done there. Rollins, Orton, kind of botched there.
I'm not too sure how I felt about this match. I was sort of excited going into it. It didn't live up to all the hype until the very end. Nonetheless, I still think Randy Orton and Seth Rollins are up there in my top performers list currently in the WWE. But I don't know. I feel like I expected more. I don't know. I wasn't necessarily expecting Randy Orton to win. But the only thing that really caught my eye, and made me jump out of my seat was when Seth Rollins at the very end goes for that curb stomp. He's like up high in the air, and then Randy Orton
Oh,
just catches him with that beautiful RKO.
oh, that was probably the best technical RKOs, because he had to lift his head up, his
Yeah,
neck up.
Rollins was so high in the air. It was crazy.
But yeah, I was pretty hyped for this match, and yeah, it lived up to in my head. It lived up to the hype. I mean, I wasn't expecting more. I mean, it's not like that you're gonna have two curb stomps and two RKOs. We got the two RKOs, but I'm not like it at the end of the day. You need to make it realistic. So when Seth cashes in later on, it's it's more believable.
Yeah. So with that, let's give our ratings. I'm gonna go with a 7.
I'm gonna go with 7.5 out of 10.
Alrighty. The next match was now, even though both of these guys are really old and they're probably almost done with their careers, I was super, super excited for this match. It was
Oh,
WCW Sting versus WWE's Triple H. It was just amazing from
th-
the entrances. Holy shit.
Sting's wasn't all that. Sting, I felt eerie.
Yeah,
Felt there was something missing.
but
But
Triple H's. Oh my goodness. It would have, if they would have done the same sort of thing as last year, it wouldn't have looked good with how bright it still was outside.
yeah,
But I had no idea what was going on when they were like, and the target locked, and it had the picture of Sting there, and they were searching through the crowd with the whole Terminator type thing. I was like, wait, is Arnold Schwarzenegger going to come out ringside for this? They did have Arnold Schwarzenegger, they had him do his
mm,
spot, new Hall of Famer. But Triple H, he
mm.
was just a motherfucking a Terminator.
To be honest, he's gonna be the new person, like Kofi Kingston, Spot Heaven every Royal Rumble, Triple H every WrestleMania, a great and new
Yeah,
entrance. It's just,
it's amazing.
it's I'm gonna enjoy him staying around, because those entrances just keep getting better and better.
Yeah,
The last year's entrance was my favorite ever WrestleMania entrance, and this is just blown it all out. Now this is my favorite.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so getting down to it, Sting lost, which, in my opinion, was kind of surprising. I mean, not really. Every single time they've encountered each other on Raw and pay-per-views, Sting's always gone over. So you just had to think, is Sting really going to go over again, and is Triple H really not going to get that redemption? I mean, Sting's knocked him out of the ring like 4 or 5 times already. Triple H hasn't gotten much in. Um, so I thought that, I kind of had a feeling that Triple H was going to win, even though I really didn't want him to. But then also considering the fact that I mentioned it was WWE versus WCW. In actuality, WCW as a concept, you really can't put them over because it's a dead company. You got to look
mm,
forward to the future and put WWE over.
yeah, 100% agree with that. I mean, it's just like Lesnar versus Taker last year. Taker got the upper hand every single week. One F5 6 days before WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
That's the only offense from Brock Lesnar. And then he goes on to defeat the streak. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it,
Um,
really.
the first half of the match was slow. It was one of those traditional types of headlock, the wrist locks, and then the hip bumps and all that. And then you have, and might I mention, Sting's almost he's in his, I think, like late 40s 50s. So I thought he held his own in that match. But then you have DX representing WWE running out, saving Hunter from the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, after DX takes out, they're working on Sting. Sting's trying to fight him back, and then here comes the representatives of WCW, the NWO. You got Hogan, you got Hall, you got Nash.
Oh, that was amazing. Before that, I think before NWO came out, um, Hunter produced a pedigree to Sting, I think, and Sting kicked out. And then after NWO came out, it was a Scorpion Death Drop, kicked out at 2. Yeah, I think that's how it went.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Something
It
like
was it was it So I watch on the network the Monday Night Wars, and this reminded me just of it. It was crazy. And here's what shocked me the most. Hogan took a bump. Scott Hall took a huge bump. He got, thrown over. And then HBK, or as JBL mentioned, HB Shizzle. He super kicks Sting. He gives him the sweet chin music, and I was shaking. I thought it was over. And then DX hands Triple H the sledgehammer. Hogan hands Sting the bat. Sting takes the bat, smashes the sledgehammer, beats Triple H down with it. You think that's it? But no, Triple H runs out of nowhere with the equalizer with a half-broken sledgehammer, slams Sting right in the head with it, and there you go, the 1, the 2, and the 3.
You know, when Shawn Michaels hit Sting with the sweet chin music, I got chills of WrestleMania 28 again. Ah, that was amazing.
Yeah,
but
it was
yeah,
totally crazy. I don't know. Just the whole, the 14 years in the making type of thing. It was just the momentum that I had going into it. I lost my words there, but it was crazy. I thought I wasn't too into. I wasn't focusing on how the technical wrestling. I was focusing on how they were gonna make this match go when they're building the story up as WWE versus WCW, and I thought they did a wonderful job with that.
yeah, definitely. In terms of out of 10, and obviously after the match they shook hands, which was nice to see. Out of 10, I'll probably give this an 8.5
Yeah, I'm
out
gonna
of
I'm gonna
10.
go with a 9. Okay.
I'll save the nines till later.
Okay, moving on to the match we forgot last year. It was the Divas match. After, of course, the little performance of the WrestleMania theme songs, but don't want to get into those. It was AJ Lee and Paige, the Frenemies, versus the Bella Twins. Don't want to spend too much time on this match other than saying hashtag give Divas a chance. I think that's actually going to be taken into consideration from tonight onwards. They got between 7 and 10 minutes. Considering all the Divas matches last year, that was good.
Yeah, that was an alright Divas match. I felt like I was missing something, but really and truly I wasn't. We got a finishing move
Yeah.
that was kicked out at 2. We got everything we wanted, so yeah.
Yeah, the one thing, because I was always bummed. I'm a supporter of the Give Divas a Chance because I honestly think that if all of those women in the locker room go out there, I really think that every single one of them, even Marie included, can put on some sort of show. I think that particularly with the 4 Divas in the ring, the time constraints over the past 2 weeks have been a pain for them. You had them with a 30-second match. They win with roll-ups. This was exactly the opposite. They were given, I think, not necessarily too much time, but enough time to kind of get a decent build going. So the winners of the match were the Frenemies, AJ Lee and Paige, or as some people call them, Team Freak and Team Geek, Team Freaking Geek, Team Frenemies. Who knows? But let's move on to an interesting match.
Out.
Here we go. Out of 10, I'm going to go with a 7.5.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Still better than the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And before the next match, we gotta talk about a promo.
Oh, was that
Ronda Rousey.
Was that
and
before
The Rock.
Rusev and Cena?
Oh no,
Oh no,
Rusev and Cena.
Yeah, okay.
And then
yeah. So the next match was Rusev versus John Cena, another Russia versus America for the United States Championship. And the entrances. Let's start off with that. Rusev's entrance was the highlight of the night.
It was amazing. His entrance was amazing. I thought he was gonna take out one of the, like a bunch of a bunch of the crowd, like tanks and
Came out
everything.
in a tank. How G is this guy? That's awesome. And then Cena's entrance was literally his generic Raw entrance. There wasn't anything special about it at all. So
Well,
from there,
before that,
I was rooting for Rusev.
Before that, it was putting over America, I guess.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
promo, but that's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the match was average. He only got one AA in.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a disappointment.
It really was. You know, less than 3 minutes into the match, Cena's already hit his comeback, the 5-knuckle shuffle, and he had already gone for an AA. I think if you're going to go for that within the first 3 minutes, I think you're not bound to have a stellar match.
Yeah. Definitely the match left me with something empty. Yeah, I knew who was going to win, but at the end of the day, I wanted a match. A good match. This was one of the low points of WrestleMania.
It was. There were a couple things that I liked. You had Cena do a springboard stunner, which caught me off guard.
I knew it was a stunner when I first saw it, but I just didn't know what to think of it.
Yeah. And then the ending. I don't know, it was too fast for me, I think. You know, you have Rusev going off, he hits his fiancée in real life, Lana, and then turns around, boom, only one AA, and Cena pins Rusev for the first time. Rusev suffered a pinfall, and it's been nearly a year.
Yeah, that was kind of eerie.
It shouldn't have ended that way. I think he should have... Rusev, I think, tried to hold his own, but... Good old John Cena. Oh, man. What can you expect?
He was getting the burial. It's just good match burial or bad match burial. And that was an average match burial.
Yeah.
And out of 10, I'll probably give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same. 6.5.
And then, without me botching, and then there was the promo with The Rock and Triple H.
Oh man, that was okay, at first I wasn't excited for it because I'm like, wait, really? Like, you got WWE and UFC, just like you got TNA and Bellator doing those two things. Why is Ronda Rousey in the ring? Just let her sit out there as a fan. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, both The Rock and Ronda Rousey are in Furious 7. So this entire promo with having both of these guys out there, similar to the Terminator thing, was a movie promotion.
A PR stunt. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't have any problem with the promo itself. I just had a problem with the timing because so much could have been done with the other matches. They were still good. They still ended up being good, but more time in them would have made them probably even better.
Yeah, it should have been more towards the beginning of the show like they did last year with Stone Cold, Hogan, and Rock.
Yeah, but yeah, that promo yet again, it was good, but it left me feeling eerie.
Yeah,
because
I'm a Ronda Rousey fan, so.
Yeah, she didn't really do much.
No, she gave what's it called? A judo toss, I think, or a judo flip to a Triple H and bumped him out of the ring, and then she almost got Stephanie in that armbar.
Yeah, but obviously it's PG. We can't see it. But yeah, that was an average promo, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it builds for The Rock versus Triple H. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
But yeah, that it was okay, I guess.
Do we want to do a rating for this segment?
No.
Okay.
It's not worth one.
So moving on, we got 2 matches left. The first one, out of the two main events was Bray Wyatt, the new face of Fear, versus the dead man, or as you would like to think, the American Badass, The Undertaker. Let me start off by saying The Undertaker looks like he was in great shape compared to last year.
Yep. This was probably a better match than last year. A better match.
Most definitely.
But I keep feeling that I'm like acting like the WWE and like you missed a great opportunity because he had the hairstyle, he had the body shape and everything just to come out in a motorbike. Like blast, I saw it as blasting through the play button, but just no.
Yeah, towards the end of the match, when you knew it was going to be over soon, is when you've got both men down. Bray Wyatt gets up into a spider crawl, and then 5 seconds later, The Undertaker does his signature sit-up. That had me literally on the edge of my seat.
That was a crazy match, and plus, The Undertaker with his kick out of tombstone faces, just they're all brilliant.
Yeah, the facial expressions really sold that match.
Like we got what we wanted. We got a Sister Abigail. We got 2 tombstones. What else could you ask for?
Yeah, I thought some people didn't like the match, but I thought it was a pretty good match considering comparing it to what we saw last year. I thought Undertaker did a better job than WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, those are the same people that said Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker was the best match ever.
No, it really, after I watched it a few times, I could just, I did not like it. I don't know. It felt so slow paced. It felt like it was a struggle for Undertaker, and I felt bad for the guy last year. But the winner of this match, who really needed a win, The Undertaker, he needed to prove that he's back, and I don't think this was his last match.
No, it's definitely not. If he doesn't come with a motorbike next year, I'm sending a letter to the WWE.
And isn't WrestleMania in Texas next year? Isn't that his hometown, I think?
Dallas, yeah.
So I think, I don't know, maybe next year will be his retirement match. That'd be pretty cool. But given that match a rating, I'm going to have to go with... I'm going to give this one a high one. I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10.
I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10.
Awesome. So moving on into the next match. Oh man, this match really changed my opinion. I was so excited after this match got going. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And oh my goodness, this was the SummerSlam match. This was really exciting. I was so happy to finally see that son of a bitch Roman Reigns get thrown around the ring with suplexes, F5s, everything thrown out of the ring into the barricade. I was smiling and jumping. It was so exciting. I don't know, do you have that same sort of feeling?
Yeah, kind of. It's okay, it's over. You can calm down.
Oh man.
But just... yeah, it was good seeing him like that. The only run I have for this whole match was that Brock Lesnar, Reigns kicked out of the third F5, which is basically saying he's better than the Undertaker's streak.
And Cena too, because wasn't it like 3 or 4 F5s that put him down too?
No, Cena was 2.
Oh, it was 2? Wow.
So yeah.
Huh.
So Reigns is better than Undertaker and Cena.
So, I don't know. I thought it was good. Brock was just bleeding right out of the gate, man. He was all into it. You've got Paul Heyman out there screaming, Brock Lesnar bleeding, and then when Roman Reigns just went Superman punch after Superman punch, and finally the third Superman punch, and then he goes and hits the spear. Lesnar gets right back up, and then another spear. He just no-selled everything that Roman Reigns has done over the past year.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that had me
Oh,
right there. After Roman Reigns, because I had a feeling, I'm like, no, Roman Reigns, this is how he wins every match. He just hits that Superman punch and that spear, and then he's gonna be done. And I was freaking out. I was like, no, Lesnar, you got it. And then he no sells the spears. I'm like, okay, there's some sort of chance. Pay attention, Lesnar. And then Seth Rollins' music hits, and then things pick up, and I didn't know what was going to happen because I'm like, wait, the match is still in progress. What's going to happen? So you got Kyoto, one of the best referees, I think, for main event matches because he's got that great count where anything can happen within that 3. And then he calls over Lillian, and he's like, you know what? This is now a triple threat match. You've got Rollins,
that
you've got Lesnar, you've got Reigns, and then Rollins comes in. He's excited. He's got that gold attire. He throws Reigns out of the ring because Reigns is down. Lesnar's down. Hits a curb stomp on Lesnar. Lesnar's down. Reigns comes back in the ring. You think he might, sweep up Rollins. And then Rollins gets Reigns with the curb stomp and gets the 1, 2, 3 on Roman Reigns. So Brock Lesnar still looks strong. I love him to pieces. But then Rollins walks out of WrestleMania 31 as the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He's the biggest heel in the company, and he was cheered more than Roman Reigns, the biggest babyface.
Yeah, I think you were a bit excited over that.
I'm so excited. Gosh, it's crazy.
You were overexcited. You actually, well, you got everything spot on, but like chronologically and detailed.
Oh, I've got those 3 minutes. That's engraved in my brain right there.
Yeah, Seth Rollins came out. He curb stomped Lesnar once, and then he went for a second curb stomp. Lesnar F5'd him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Reigns came into the ring, speared Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, oh yeah, because Seth Rollins was up, and then it was
and
kind
then
of a botch spear, but
Seth Rollins curb stomped Reigns, and you've got a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I think that's the first time ever that someone has cashed in.
Yeah, at WrestleMania.
On a match.
Yeah,
well.
during a match.
Yeah, that was pretty special as well. And he's the first man to have won the NXT title, to have later won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
That's awesome. It's awesome because this, you've got Cena, an 11 or 12-year veteran holding the US title, and then you got Seth Rollins, my personal favorite technical wrestler in the WWE, holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. At the end of the show, the pyro's going off, the heel is getting cheered. I don't know how they're going to go with this because Rollins, he is so over right now.
Yep, he's more like a face than a bloody heel.
They spent since he turned on the Shield, they spent all this time building him as the biggest heel, and then I don't know, the fireworks just made him seem like such a big face. I don't know. I don't think they normally play fireworks in celebration of a heel.
Yeah. Well, I think they do. I think they did it for Brock Lesnar last year.
Oh, that's probably true.
But yeah, it was a big thing that happened. I mean, one of the stats was that he won the WWE Championship, and he wasn't even alive when the first WrestleMania showed on TV.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
It is.
That's pretty.
Lesnar didn't get pinned. Roman didn't win the title, and Rollins is on top of the world. That's every wrestling fan's dream right there. So with that being said, I'm going to give this match a 9.5 out of 10. Or no, I'm going to give this match a 10 out of 10. Because, god dang it, I love Brock Lesnar. I love Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns,
For the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match, I'll give that a 9.5 out of 10. For the Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns match, I'll give that an 11 out of 10.
Yeah, gosh, if I could break the scale, that's a 50 out of 10. This was the perfect WrestleMania ending ever. This has got to top Bryan's celebration last year. I mean, Come on. That was so out of nowhere. Like, you had that slight feeling, oh, maybe Rollins won't cash in. Oh, there's like 5 minutes left in the show, and Lesnar is still beating the shit out of Reigns. What's gonna happen? The match hasn't ended. And then, boom, it all happens in a matter of 3 minutes. And that's the show. So, in general, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give WrestleMania 31 a 9.5 out of 10. I think last year I gave 30 and 9.
You know what? I'm gonna give this WrestleMania a 10 out of 10. Just because, what the hell?
Yeah,
It was that good. It. Normally, if it just had a Roman Reigns ending and Rollins cashing tomorrow, that would have probably got a 9.5
yeah.
out of 10. But just because of that, 0.5 added.
It really was spectacular. I don't know. I've been watching since WrestleMania 23, and that was one of the. It's up there in the top 2 WrestleManias out of the 9 I think I've seen.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite over WrestleMania 25. I thought that'll never be topped, but it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, with that being said, I think it's time to close things out. You know where the J-Man is. YouTube.com/JManLego. His channel, of course, is in the description.
Oh yeah, one thing. He ran a pretty good way. He's got a lot of stamina, Seth Rollins has.
Oh, yeah.
He basically ran and still had enough energy to pull off those 2 curb stomps.
He booked it down that stage. He was so excited. Like, did you see his winning celebration? He was just...
Yeah.
He was marking out for himself. Oh, okay. Oh, man. It's 9 o'clock here, and I've got some homework to finish up. So with that being said, do you have any final remarks?
No, it's 5 a.m. here, and I've got to catch up on some sleep.
Okay. Go subscribe to J-Man. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already over at this channel. Stay tuned for a whole bunch of content. With that, I'm Skinny Bone Jones, alongside
the J-Man.
Signing out.